Today we're talking about which e.l.f. dupes I think were successful and which were not. First up, starting off strong, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand in shade Pinkgasm and the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand in shade Rose You Slay. First off, applicator-wise, I mean, close enough. They both have that similar, like, fluffy, rounded applicator. Shade-wise, these are quite similar, but I actually think that the original Pinkgasm is a darker shade, but it has less pigment, so they end up looking pretty much the same. This one also does not dry down as fast, so it is a bit easier to work with. This dupe, I think, was not a flop at all. Honestly, I would pick the e.l.f. over the Charlotte one any day. Next up, we have the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip and the e.l.f. Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen. I don't have the exact shade dupes to match these two, but formula-wise, I seriously think that these are identical. I noticed no difference on how both of them feel on my lips. They're both very glossy, they feel moisturizing on the lips. This is another successful dupe in my opinion, and again, I'd pick the e.l.f. because it's way more affordable. Next up, we have the Milk Hydro Grip Primer and the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I have the niacinamide version, but that doesn't change like how the formulation actually feels. And honestly, between the two of these, the concept is the same, yes, but if you're looking for the grippiest primer, I'd go with the e.l.f. This one has a bit more tack than the Milk does. But in terms of performance, both of these keep my makeup in place very well. I really like both of them, but again, would still go for the e.l.f. because it's cheaper. Next up, we have the e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel and the Refi Brow Sculpt. As far as the top applicators go, these are almost identical, honestly. But for the actual spoolies, I'd say the Refi looks like it's almost double the size of the e.l.f. But I still like the e.l.f. one better because the Refi picks up way too much product and I always have to wipe it off on the back of my hand. I do not experience that with the e.l.f. Formula-wise, I really don't notice any difference. Both of these laminate and keep my brows in place very nicely. But once again, I go with the e.l.f. because not only is it more affordable, but the applicator is just so much better. Next up, we have the e.l.f. Halo Glow and the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. The e.l.f. I have in shade 1 and the Charlotte I also have in shade 1. But formula-wise, I'd say these are very, very similar. I do think that the Charlotte has a bit more luminosity and the e.l.f. has like a slight bit more coverage if you're actually using it for that. So yes, it's not exact, but when there's a $30 price difference, I can look past that because at first glance, they definitely look the same. It's just if you nitpick like me. Next up, we have the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush and then the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. And these I have in shades Suave Mauve and Encourage. And right off the bat, shade-wise, these are very close dupes of each other. Like, they're super similar. And the formula is also very similar. Both of these two are dewy and they have great pigment, but they're still very blendable. They last me all day and I haven't noticed any patchiness on my face when using these. So as far as these two exact shades go, I'd say e.l.f. did a great job at duping Rare Beauty. However, Rare Beauty does have some other matte blushes that e.l.f. obviously didn't dupe because all of theirs are dewy. But for now, these two are great dupes. Again, I'd pick the e.l.f. It's cheaper, and that goes the same for the rest of the dewy Rare Beauty blushes. Next up, we have the e.l.f. Lash and Roll and the Benefit Roller Lash. Let me just start by saying I really like the Benefit Roller Lash. If you're going for that perfect, like, wispy, natural lengthened lash look, this is amazing. However, I think this is the only combo in this lineup that e.l.f. flopped on. The applicators are very similar, and yes, I'm using my face as a background. Hi. The e.l.f. one has a completely different effect on my lashes than the Benefit does. This weighs my lashes down instantly. I can't get it to hold a curl for the life of me, and I can't see any length because my lashes are so straight. So this one, I'd pick the Benefit because this is nothing like the Benefit to me. Next up, so you can see the cat a little bit, I think, we have the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil versus the Dior Lip Glow Oil. First of all, applicator-wise, they nailed it. These are super, super similar. But formula-wise, e.l.f. literally just took what Dior was doing and did it so much better. This little bottle right here is so ridiculously overpriced. I could go on and on about how overpriced Dior products are. I get that it's luxury, but it's crap, so it doesn't count. This is just so mediocre, I really don't care for it, and this is so much cheaper and so much better. This one makes my lips feel nourished, it gives them a really beautiful shine, and I do see the tint show up too, although it is an oil, so it's definitely more on the sheerer side. But between these two, yet again, e.l.f. is the winner. And last but definitely not least, we have the e.l.f. Brow Lift and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. I'm gonna be real with you guys, I noticed no difference between the two of these. They both work like exactly the same on my brows as far as I've seen. Both keep my brows slicked back and in place, they're great for a laminated look, and I haven't noticed any flaking with either of them. But obviously because of the difference in price, I would go with the e.l.f. once again. If they're the same, go with the cheaper one.